Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today I'm going to make myself a custom house number sign out of metal. No offense to my other CNC machines I have here in the shop, but cutting metal with the plasma cutter is just the most awesome visual I could ever have in the shop. Laser makes a little bit of sparks and a little bit of stuff when you're cutting stuff. The router, same thing, water jet, same thing, but really the plasma cutter, you just have like sparks just flying everywhere. It's just wonderful. And you also have dross and a bunch of other fun stuff to deal with afterwards, of course. Now this is for my house, and I wanted a very high visibility house number sign because my house just has awful signage when I bought it, and I never got around to replacing it. And I went to other stores to try to find something. I'm like, no, this stuff's garbage. I'm gonna make my own. Now this is 12 gauge, or 7/64 or 2.5 millimeter thick mild steel. You can see on the back here what it sort of looks like. So it has a mill scale on the back. I don't care about the back. It's the front that people are looking at. And with this mild steel, the reason why I went with mild steel instead of stainless steel, number one is the cost. This material here is about half to a third the price of stainless steel at the same spec. And the other reason is I'm painting it. There's no point spending a lot of money on stainless steel if you're going to paint it. The reason for going with stainless steel is because you don't want to paint it and it doesn't rust. Mild steel will rust, and so that's why you paint it. So it's a yin and a yang sort of thing. So when I plasma cut this out here, you can see that I cut out the inside and I also did an outline. That just makes the visuals a lot easier to see, especially at a distance. Again, it's for my house, so I want something to be noticeable from a very far distance, and I also want to have a little bit of shine to it. What did I tell you? The sparks and stuff are just amazing, aren't they? This here is the inside of the 5. I'll just be hanging that up on the wall behind me eventually. It just shows you. So the plasma cutter needs a start area here, and what it does, it starts and then it cuts all the way around and then it goes here. So this is scrap. But again, the scrap looks so great, I'm just going to have it here in the wall as a reminder. Now I did have one small screw up, and you might have noticed it when the plasma arc just stopped and started along the edge. What happened is I got a little bit too ambitious with my nesting, and I just had a little bit of a leftover here that I forgot about. Again, I have laser sights and all that stuff on my plasma cutter, but I'm so used to incredibly tight nestings that I get with my router and my laser, I don't account for a little bit of metal movement because of the heat, or more importantly, just visually looking at it. I haven't developed the eye yet for the plasma cutter. So now I know every time I come to my house, this here, it's very minor, you probably never would have noticed it, but this here is a reminder to myself that, hey, you know, be a little bit looser with your nesting when you're doing stuff with the plasma cutter. Now when it comes to the finish on it, you can see there's a mill scale. And that just prevents some of the rusting and protects the surface. It's just a natural occurring thing. And what I have to do is use the angle grinder to remove it because I want a really clean surface for the paint to adhere to. I use enamel paint all the time here in the shop. It's just wonderful stuff. It's very quick to do. But if you wanted something to be powder coated or another process, we can do that as well. By removing the mill scale, I'm basically getting right to the steel. And from that, the paint just sticks on it incredibly well. Now before I leave the shop here tonight, I'm going to add one more layer of white paint here, but more importantly I'm going to add a clear coat in the back. And the reason for that is because I don't want to have this on the wall of my house and then have a nice big spot of rust going all the way down. So by just putting a clear coat, I'm preventing that because I'm creating a barrier between the environment and the metal, which is what you're doing with the paint as well. The reason I'm not painting it white in the back is because it's kind of a waste, and if it ever falls or scratches against the wall, guess what color will show up? It will be white. With a clear coat, you don't notice it at all, and I've already got everything all set up, so that's what I would do here. Now when it comes to your design options, they're honestly totally limitless. If you wanted this in the shape of a kangaroo with 55 on its back, or whatever you wanted, any font size, any design, any spec. If you wanted this out of stainless steel, titanium, whatever, we can do it here for you in the shop too. And so any font, any design parameters you come up with, we can do them for you. But we can also apply any kind of paint color to it too. So let's say your house had white bricks. Well, this would be an awful color to use. You probably want to use a black, and then you'd be like really high visuals. Or if you wanted something you can hang inside your house, we can do that for you too. Again, any thickness that you want in any kind of metal. So if you want a custom house number sign, contact me at CNCKing.com and we'll make it for you.